I'm Gady, and I want to talk to you about the general election polls for Ohio. In general elections, we can categorize states two ways: a swing or a safe state. Safe states are ones that have consistently supported one party over another in the last few elections. A battleground or swing state means the support for both the Democratic and Republican parties have similar levels. Before we talk about this election cycle, I want to go in more depth on why Ohio is a race to watch. Ohio is one of those swing states because in the past 5 election cycles, the Democratic candidate has won Ohio twice and the Republican 3 times. Always by pretty slim margins, though. An interesting fact is that since 1964, the candidate that won Ohio also won the general election. Swing states like Ohio are usually the ones targeted by both the presidential campaigns because of their nonpartisanship and because of Ohio's 18 electoral votes. Winning it would help considerably for both parties. For this project, I used 2 websites to collect polling data. The first being 538.com and the second is 270 to win. Throughout the course of this project, I only used polls that were listed as a B or higher and how reputable they were in collecting voters' attitudes according to 538. Due to the pandemic, these polls were conducted by phone or online surveys, and they weighted to match the population demographics of Ohio. For research into the polls of Ohio, I looked at them all the way back to June 3rd, 2020 to today, the 1st of November. All the polls, of course, asked about who people are going to vote for, but also asked among other things. The Fox News polls also asked about the economy, COVID-19 issues like catching COVID or wearing facial protection like masks, and the respondents' partisan ID. The Quinnipiac polls, traditionally right-leaning, asked about immigration, approval ratings of their governor and president of the United States, military, economics, COVID-19, and how all of these issues coalesce in keeping American families safe. And to save time, all of the poll groups that I also looked at asked very similar, if not the same, type of questions, and I encountered similar results. To start things off, we're going back to June 3rd for a Fox News poll. Fox News is a pretty conservative organization, and they found Biden to be winning by 2 points with a margin of sampling error of 3.5 points at a 95% confidence level. Going forward a couple weeks, Quinnipiac pollsters found that Biden was pulling ahead by 1 point with a sampling error of 2.9 points. We'll jump forward to August 21st, 2020 to a Civics Online poll of 637 registered voters to find out that Biden and Trump are dead even, both polling in at 47 points with a margin of error of 4.2 points on the 95% confidence level. For the month of September, I analyzed a Baldwin-Wallace University poll that came out September 23rd, 2020, consisting of 1,011 participants that showed it was still extremely tight, with Biden polling at 44.9 points and Trump polling at 44.3 points. The margin of error being 3.3 points on a 95% confidence level. Initially for October, I was going to do a morning consult poll, but I decided against that because for all of their other polls, they found Trump to be ahead in each one, despite that being the opposite case for other polling organizations. So instead, I went with a New York Siena poll, which found Biden to be ahead by 1%, 45 to 44, with a margin of error of 4.3%. The last poll I looked at was an Emerson College poll, with its results posted today, November 1st, 2020. They found Biden ahead 49 to 48 points with a margin of error of 3.8 points. As you see from this data, Biden led a majority of the polls, albeit all the time were well within the sampling errors of the polls. Biden's going to win Ohio. I say that because in almost every poll I looked at, Biden was winning, and even though it's by a small margin, I think he is going to win Ohio. Also, when asked about Trump's job performance in office, a lot of Ohioans disapprove of it, so I think they're ready to make a change. Thank you for listening and watching my video.